Memoirs ranging from Thatcher to Churchill. There's even a Latin dictionary. But there's evidence of a softer side, with an entire shelf dedicated just to cats. Meow. This writing desk over here makes me wonder if this person likes to put pen to paper themselves. And then, of course, there are the swords. I don't think I'd like to get on the wrong side of this person. Compared with the more traditional look of the rest of the house, this person has obviously flown into the modern world with this kitchen. But take a look at these plates. Lovely little pussycats and cuddly teddy bears, which makes me think that this is a very lovable and cuddly person. So let's take a look at the evidence. The delectable decanters, the cuddly pussycats, and the terrifying swords. But who lives in a house like this? David, it's over to you.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Dawn. And now for our home and studio audience, but not for our panel, here's whose house it is. Well, first clue there, I guess, was the level of that response from the audience when they saw who it was. So let's start with you, David. What did you read about this person?
I'm wondering the newspapers. I'm wondering if there's a news journalist or a current affairs sort of bent to it. It feels
Bent.
Very yes.
Not bent.
Obviously not. I don't know, I'm bemused by the swords. That feels like a contradiction to everything else we saw.
Why do you think they're there?
Swords?
It's swords and cats, isn't it? It's a weird combination.
It's a slightly odd... Is it?
All right, go on.
Sacrifices cat? I don't know. I can't make the link.
Patricia.
Empty decanters. That's an interesting one. Political. A lot of references to there's a lot of political memoirs and things there.
Yes.
So maybe somebody who's got an interest in politics.
There were. You're absolutely right.
I think maybe because they had the Margaret Thatcher biography, so I'd say it's probably a right-wing politician. And also, I do have lots of plates with pictures of cats at home, but I think this is a lady.
Right. Well, the clues are coming together here. The portrait of this person is growing. David.
I'm wondering, it didn't look like a family home, so I'm imagining it's someone either lives on... There's no children or they live on their own. It's a...
They live on their own. You're quite right.
And an older person. It's not... Yeah. I don't...
Or just a little elderly.
They're not a member of Blue, I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Cracking nuts as well. That was a clue.
Yes.
The nuts.
A nutcracker.
That was Dawn's own special clue, I think.
It's an aged ballerina.
Pardon?
An aged
ballerina. Well, that's not as crazy as it sounds. Patricia.
Somebody who chooses to live near Dartmoor or on Dartmoor.
Yes.
So somebody
She's not
who
the
likes
wife of a prisoner at Dartmoor.
Somebody who likes a country existence. Somebody who we know likes cats clearly. Who?
What's with the swords, though?
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe those were inherited.
Right.
The swords
maybe it's to fight off intruders.
You're right. The swords are a great mystery, which we'll have to find out.
Right.
Well, there was also a clue about prancing around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which makes me think that it could be someone who appeared on television dancing.
It could.
How is it going?
Well done. Go for it then, David.
Well, I think, and this is one of my favourite people in the world, Anne Widdecombe.
Anne Widdecombe, will you come through the keyhole? Come, this one's for you, darling.
Right, okay.
There it is.
Hello, well done.
Hello. Well done indeed.
Oh, they were getting closer and closer. Aged ballerina.
I was making a little joke. They applauded. Get on to them.
But you are a young ballerina in the sense that you've been doing it so recently and so on. And it must have been one of the greatest adventures of your life.
It was absolutely fantastic. I've never had such fun. Because all the time I was a politician, didn't matter what I was doing, whether it was a bit of casework or a decision in Parliament, it was likely to affect somebody. Apart from crushing Anton's toes and bashing his shins, I couldn't affect anybody. It was wonderful. No responsibility at all.
And you enjoyed that performance too,
I
David?
did. When I used to see you dance, it brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, I bet it did, yeah. It used to bring a tear to Anton's eye as well.
A fantastic triumph. What else have you got into that was fresh since you retired so recently from politics?
Well, having done Strictly Come Dancing, I then did the Strictly Come Dancing tour.
Right.
And I danced with Craig Revel-Horwood because Anton wasn't doing the tour. And Craig so enjoyed the experience, he said I had to go into pantomime with him. So at Christmas, I shall be in pantomime with Craig Revel-Horwood.
And remember, you heard it here first. Where are you going to go in pantomime?
In Dartford, in Kent. We're doing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. He's the Wicked Queen.
Well, he is a wicked queen.
And I'm a Widdy in Waiting.
Oh, really? Widdy in Waiting?
Yeah, the servant.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. It'd be a wow. You've got so much going on. I mean, do you miss the House of Commons at all?
Not at all. No, I really don't. No. I mean, I got the point of retirement right. And when I retired, I was ready to do so.
Right. And so, but was it more and more fun or less and less fun? From when, 1987 onwards?
Well, I got in 1987. I was there for 23 years. I mean, it wasn't exactly a short run. And I enjoyed being in there. In all the various incarnations I had, I enjoyed being a backbencher, I enjoyed being a minister, I enjoyed being in the Shadow Cabinet and Shadow Home Secretary. And then, of course, I enjoyed being a backbencher again. But it was a very different place, the one I left to the one I joined. There is now an enormous public contempt. Whereas we used to be taken quite seriously, and there was quite a lot of respect for what we're doing. So it was a different place, but nevertheless, I'm very glad I spent my life that way. I wouldn't have done anything else.
You wouldn't have done anything else?
I wouldn't have done anything else.
And now one of the things, of course, as we sort of learnt talking about that film there, one of the other new things in your life is your new home, as Patricia was saying, on Dartmoor.
On Dartmoor, yes. I chose Dartmoor because I love walking. And Dartmoor has the most fantastic walking where you can go all day, you never see another human being. Because I'm such a sociable sort of person. Somebody who chooses to live alone, very good, whoever spotted that, yeah.
Do you have cats living with you?
I don't at the moment, because I'm renovating the house. I mean, actually, that film was brilliantly cut, because most of it's a building site. And you don't bring new animals into chaotic circumstances. So when it's all done and it's calm, then I shall have both cats and dogs, because, of course, I shall walk dogs on the moor.
Will you be at all lonely?
I shan't be at all lonely. I know, I enjoy my own company. And anyway, I intersperse it with things like Strictly Come Dancing. Now, you were all puzzled by the swords.
Indeed,
Yes. Two of them were my father's naval dress swords. And one of them was a sword that he took at the Japanese surrender.
Oh, wow.
And they're kept up very high on the wall because little people visit.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever used them on anybody?
I felt like it, but no, I haven't.
Well, that's a very interesting full example of that. Are you still battling against the views on climate change as well? I mean,
Yes, I'm not a great climate change fanatic at all. The fact is that the Earth's temperature hasn't changed now for 10 years. So I've got an immense question mark in my mind about something that I used to accept.
Oh, well, that's good news. That's positive news. Well,
You're a sceptic as well.
I am a bit, yes.
Oh, well done.
Yes.
There are a few of us about.
Also, the good news anyway was that it's not going to go like that. So that's really good news for everybody.
That's excellent news.
If that comes to pass.
Yeah.
Well, you've brought us good news. You've brought us joy. You've brought everybody joy. And as a way of saying thank you, I have here this golden object, the priceless Through the Keyhole key.
Thank you.
Which we present to you with our obeisance.
Thank you very much.
Our huge thanks to Anne, and before we go, here's a short film that the marvellous Ruth Jones has made for Comic Relief about some of the work they support in the UK. Ruth went to spend 48 hours with a couple that Comic Relief are helping. Take a look at this.
Hello, Gladys. Yeah. How lovely to meet you. I'm Ruth.
You're Ruth,
Ruth,
are you?
yes.
Ron and Gladys have been married for 61 years.